I kindly invite each one of you for the global goodness, peace. Hence, let this gathering be in the form of meditation. Whatever you hear, just offer it inside you and be in a meditative voice. And let us connect internally in one form to the Divine Mother. Concentrate, Divine Mother, in your heart center. Offer this hour to her and your presence with her. We offer us, our family, friends, our near and dear ones, as collective aspiration to the divine who reside in us. Only Mother and ourselves are connected. In this voice, we shall chant Om 5 times. Om Namo Bhagavate Sri Aurobindo. Om Anandamayi. Om Chaitanyamayi. Om Satyamayi. Om Paramayi. O Lord, with full faith, love, and surrender, we are ready for Thy victory. Om, peace, peace, peace. Prayers and Meditations, August 13, 1914. The being stands before thee with arms lifted, palms open, in an ardent aspiration. O sweet Master, it is a love more wonderful and formidable than any manifested so far, which the earth needs. It is for this love that it yearns. Who will be capable and worthy of being its intermediary to it? Who? That matters little, but it must be done. O Lord, answer my call. Accept the offering of my being despite its little worth and its limitations. Come. More, always more. May the regenerating streams roll over the earth in beneficent waves, transfigure and illumine. Work this supreme miracle so long awaited, and break all ignorant egoisms. Awaken thy sublime flame in every heart. Do not let us become benumbed in a tranquil serenity. We ought not to take any rest before thy new and sovereign love is manifested. Listen to our prayer, answer our call, come. Reading Magnanimity. The world teems miracles, breeds grandest things, but Raghu of all, most marvelous and great, or the vast boar on white tusk delicate, like buds who bears up earth, hell's chaos rings. Rahu, cleft, trunkless, deathless, passionate, leaps on his foeman and can overbear. A miracle, then greater miracle, spare. Sri Aurobindo. Sri Aurobindo, the harmony of virtue. Things seen in symbols. There are four who are beyond, and they rule the mighty game of evolution. It is they who build the universe with their thoughts and imaginations. Vishnu or Virat puts them in front, each in turn, and they govern each a cycle. All the sons of immortality come forth from them and return to them. All the children of earth are their portions. One stands in front, the others incarnate to help him. They are God Himself in His fourfold manifestation. Once in each Chaturyuga, they come down together. The Chatur Vyuha, Sri Krishna, Balarama, Pradyumna, Aniruddha. Sri Krishna contains all the others and puts them out from his being. He is Ishvara, Shiva, Brahma, Vishnu. Lordship is his manifestation. Might and wisdom are his gunas. Balarama is the second power. Force is his manifestation. Strength and wrath are his attributes. Pradyumna is the third power. Love is his manifestation. Sweetness and delight are his attributes. Aniruddha is the fourth power. Desire is his manifestation. Bodily enjoyment and worldly reason are his attributes. The Satya is full of Sri Krishna. It is the golden age when men are full of might and wisdom. The Treta is full of Balarama. The Chakravarti Raja is the incarnation of the Treta. It is full of great wars and mighty sacrifices. The Dwapara is full of Pradyumna. He prepares in the Dwapara the love which supports men through the Kali. Aniruddha, the Sudra, reigns in the Kali. He breaks the ancient molds. He shatters to pieces the Achara. He questions everything, destroys everything, levels everything, rebuilds everything. He is a Sudra and has the passion for work and service. He puts off lordship in order to become the divine slave of humanity. For each of them is not simple in himself, but contains the other three and their attributes. Only his own are usually foremost. Each is not a part, but God Himself in His fullness. They are not different, but the same. Four who are one who is four. That one is Sri Krishna. Circa 1910, Sri Aurobindo. The Life Divine, Sri Aurobindo, Chapter 10, Conscious Force. Life Divine is like a mantra. Offer what you hear to the Mother inside you. The problem of consciousness is not solved by this theory, for it does not explain how the contact of vibrations of force should give rise to conscious sensations. The Sankhyas or analytic thinkers posited therefore behind these five elements two principles which they called Mahat and Ahankara, principles which are really non-material. For the first is nothing but the vast cosmic principle of force, and the other the divisional principle of ego formation. Nevertheless, these two principles, as also the principle of intelligence, becomes active in consciousness not by virtue of force itself, but by virtue of an inactive conscious soul or souls in which its activities are reflected, and by that reflection assume the hue of consciousness. Such is the explanation of things offered by the school of Indian philosophy which comes nearest to the modern materialistic ideas and which carried the idea of a mechanical or unconscious force in nature as far as was possible to a seriously reflective Indian mind. Whatever its defects, its main idea was so indisputable that it came to be generally accepted. However, the phenomenon of consciousness may be explained whether nature be an inert impulse or a conscious principle. It is certainly force. Reading 2. Flowers, their spiritual significance. Soul of a flower. Have you ever gone into a garden early in the morning? The flowers are facing the sun, awaiting its advent. Have you felt the mighty aspiration that surges all around for the coming light? Have you watched a bud completely closed and how slowly, miraculously, the petals open one by one? Whence came this force, this energy, this pulsating life? Have you seen the earth after it has received a few drops of rain? Multicolored little hands come out from the earth in a gesture of thanksgiving. They are the fairy lilies named prayer by the mother. We can palpably feel the vibration of gratitude and we look in joy at the spontaneous and beautiful response of nature. Nature so receptive, so open to the grace. If only we could be likewise. And then we wonder, what is it that gives to a flower and so often to a child? Its beauty, its sweetness, its feeling of happy self-giving. It is the presence of the divine in the flowers in nature. It is what we call the psychic presence. And love of flowers can help us to find our own psychic being, the divine within us. The unselfish movement, uncalculating, is one of the most beautiful forms of psychic consciousness in the world. But the higher one rises in the scale of mental activity, the rarer it becomes. For with intelligence come all the skill and cleverness and corruption, calculation. For instance, when a rose blossoms, it does so spontaneously for the joy of being beautiful, smelling sweet, expressing all its joy of living, and it does not calculate. It has nothing to gain out of it. It does so spontaneously in the joy of being and living. Take a human being. Well, apart from very few exceptions, the moment his mind is active, he tries to get some advantage out of his beauty and cleverness. He wants it to bring him something, either man's admiration or even much more sordid gains. Yet, consequently, from the psychic point of view, the rose is better than human beings. Only if you climb a rung higher and consciously do what the rose does unconsciously, then it is much more beautiful. But it must be the same thing, a spontaneous flowering of beauty, uncalculating, simply for the joy of being. Little children have this at times, not always. Unfortunately, under the influence of their parents and the environment. They learn to be calculating when yet very young. But this kind of wish to gain by what one has or does is truly one of the ugliest things in the world. And it is one of the most widespread, and it has become so widespread that it is almost spontaneous in man. Nothing can turn its back on the divine love more totally than that wish to calculate and profit the mother. Prayer to Sri Aurobindo. To thee who has been the material envelope of our Master, to thee our infinite gratitude, before thee who has done so much for us, who has worked, struggled, suffered, hoped, endured so much, before thee who has willed all, attempted all, prepared, achieved all for us. Before thee we bow down and implore that we may never forget, even for a moment, all we owe to thee. Prayer to Mother India. O our Mother, O Soul of India, Mother who has never forsaken thy children, even in the days of darkest depression, even when they turned away from thy voice, served other masters and denied thee. Now, when they have arisen, and the light is on thy face, in this dawn of thy liberation, in this great hour we salute thee. Guide us, so that the horizon of freedom opening before us may be also an horizon of true greatness and of thy true life in the community of the nations. Guide us so that we may be always on the side of great ideals and show to men thy true visage as a leader in the ways of the Spirit and a friend and helper of all the peoples. Prayer to the Spirit of Auroville. Dear Mother, our prayer rises to thee always with the same aspiration, to live thy love, to radiate thy love with such potency and effectiveness that all may feel fortified, regenerated, and illumined by our contact. To have power to heal life, to relieve suffering, to generate peace and calm confidence, to efface anguish and replace it by the sense of the one true happiness, the happiness that is founded in thee and never fades. O Mother, O marvelous friend, O all-powerful Master, penetrate all our being, transfigure it till thou alone livest in us and through us. Grant, I implore thee, that all in my being may be identified with thee. May I be nothing else any more than a flame of love, utterly awakened to a supreme realization of thee. Let us concentrate on these offerings to the Divine Mother, through whom we channel together as a single whole body and offer our prayers to her. Let her guide us, let her heal us, let her protect us. Thank you all for being part of this global goodness and prayer to the Mother Earth for peace and wellness. As we're heading towards Sri Aurobindo's birthday on Saturday, we will be having one more gathering as a live program on Saturday morning, 10 o'clock to 11 o'clock, 1 hour offering to the Lord Sri Aurobindo. I kindly request you all to join in and grace the occasion. Let us concentrate to the Divine Mother who's inside us and chant home as a gratitude for her presence. Thank you, Lord. Thank you, Mother. Thanks, my dear other selves. Be in peace. Greetings from Auroville. We'll meet again on Saturday morning, 10 o'clock, for the birthday of Sri Aurobindo. Thank you.